What were you talking with Kawara about, Doctor? Nothing important. I was just giving him a little emotional support and encouragement. I see. That's good then. I'm sure you remember not to cause any trouble for my students, Doctor. We step outside once more. The great dome remains, blocking out the morning sky. We can see that. Like the game, it just repeats the obvious over and over again. Let's get a closer look at it. We can't see much from over here. Indeed. Dot 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 iron maybe. It's quite firm at any rate. Maybe it's some sort of shelter. My phone's out of range. Maybe this wall is blocking the signal. That seems likely. It sounds thick and dense. Trying to break a hole in it would not be practical. Maybe there's an emergency exit or something. We should check. We still don't know whether or not we are completely sealed in after all. Right, let's walk around the perimeter. Doesn't look like there's any doors or anything. Indeed, it appears to be identical all the way around. Do you suppose it's ventilated? I can't say I fancy the prospect of suffocating under this thing without even knowing why it's here. I think an emergency shelter would have some sort of airflow built in, yeah. If not, then we're in deep trouble. What are you looking at? Up there, is that some sort of hatchway? He points upwards. Ah. He's right, about 20 meters up there's a joint or something of a different color. That does look like it might lead outside. Let's go look. I don't see any sort of latch. Can we open it by hand? Yeah, there might be a switch or something somewhere. It does not seem like we can do anything here now. Let us remember its location and we'll return later. I don't like to think about it, but if there's really such a terrible disaster out there that this is the only option, maybe it will be better to leave it shut anyway. Indeed, let's move on. We still don't know what's going on outside. I know, it's like the game thinks you're dumb. The game thinks you have the attention span of a goldfish. Like it says something to you, and literally the next line it says it to you again. I've got enough on my mind just thinking about Hiyoko, but I'm worried about my family outside too. I hope my mother's okay. I suppose we've finished the first stage of the investigation now. Yeah, we've got a better idea of the situation, I guess. The doctor's working in the lab. The Grey Dome covers the entire school, but for one small hatch. And we can use the maintenance office as a base. Mr. One did say, indeed, he suggested we visit the headmaster's office. Yeah, it's on the first floor. Let's go. Yeah, it's on the first floor. Let's go. Why do we need to know it's on the first floor? Headmaster sir, are you within? We demand entry. Rude even to the headmaster. I wonder if the doctor is the only person in the entire school who he actually respects. No reply, let's go in. Wait, Sakuya, that's... It's locked. Where's that old geezer? Maybe he's pretending to be out so we'll go away. Indeed, he never was the type to walk about the campus. Or perhaps he has locked the door from the inside and plans to stay inside until the siege lets up. Should we wait around? We have no time for such frivolities. We shall enter this room if it means reducing the door to a miserable pile of splinters. It's the headmaster door. I don't think it'll be easy to break down. You speak the truth. Let us ask the Naki if there isn't a key to open it from the outside. Yeah, we can head back to the... question mark. What is it, Kawara? I think. I thought I heard something. I hear nothing. Perhaps you're imagining things. Like something being dragged across the floor. Listen, there it is again, behind. Exclamation mark. Suddenly, robot. It's like, what is even happening right now? There's a robot. What? It's like, who wrote this story? Is this a robot? Why is there a robot? It's like, there's a dome. Why is there a dome? And then why is there a robot? This is ridiculous. It's such a ridiculous story. It's kind of interesting. At least it's more interesting than the other stuff so far. Suddenly behind us stood a gigantic scarecrow-like creature with a rough burlap sack for a head. We can see quite clearly though. Second class, alright. There's 8 of these, remember. This is the second one. There's 7 more, including this. What's in... The Scarecrow Man draws closer, dragging its long, ungainly metallic arm behind it. Sakuya, watch out. Its arm slices through the air, smashing the windows into tiny shards, which scatter across the hallway floor. We don't know what it is, but apparently it isn't friendly. Sakuya, we have to run. I'm well aware. Panting. Did we lose it? I think so. Lucky it moves so slowly. What was it? Surely no one could devise a prank as bizarre as that. It looked like a biped. It was humanoid, but I don't think it was a human. I've never heard of a human made of metal and burlap. You don't need this many lines to say that. I murdered the dome, and now this. I know not who is behind these trickeries, but they must have a death wish to mock me so. For now, we have to get back to the lab. We need to warn Mr. Nanaki. Oh, welcome back, Kawara, Shirogane. Would you like some tea? Is this really the time? We cannot afford to relax now, Professor. Ah, so I take it something happened. The headmaster, he must have been hiding from the scarecrow. It smashed the window. Calm yourself, Kawara. You become incoherent. Sorry. We were attacked by a gigantic creature outside the headmaster's office. It was a bizarre thing like a scarecrow in appearance. A scarecrow. Yeah. Like the ones humans used to make. It attacked us and we ran back here. It was slow, but its arm was heavy and dangerous. Are the other students still in the gymnasium? Probably not all of them. If there's something dangerous in here, we should probably tell everybody to stay together in the gym. Yeah. The plot thickens indeed. Not only are we trapped under this confounded dome, but now it seems we must contend with this monstrous new guest. I wonder what the Scarecrow Man's connection to all this is. A Scarecrow Man, you say? Doctor. Fascinating. I've never cut into one of those. I'd love to get my hands on it. Have you finished the autopsy, Doctor? Yes, for now. I was awake the whole time, don't worry. Thank you, Mr. Nanaki. You two may well have a right to know what I found, given your efforts towards the investigation. I shall try to state simply and briefly what I have learned from the lumps of meat which once were Miss Tasaka. Look how utterly verbose this is. This entire sentence doesn't need to be here. Control yourself, Kawara. Falling out amongst ourselves would only do us harm. I know. Anyway, we lack the tools for a proper examination, but the cause of death was see, like, do you just see how many lines of crap there is before the actual information? This is the actual information. The cause of death was asphyxiation. There was no sign of any strangulation or smothering. She was either poisoned or sick. She was dismembered after death then, Doctor. It would appear so. There's little evidence of bleeding, so we may assume that she was cut up sometime after death. Yoko was one of the healthiest people I know. She couldn't have become that sick that quickly. Meaning someone poisoned her. Why? For the sake of the grotesque, or to make her easy to carry, or for some other reason, disgusting either way. I suppose I should I should also tell you the estimated time of death. Obviously, I cannot be completely certain, but I believe that Miss Tosaka died yesterday after school. In the evening, then, precisely. And she was found this morning. In other words, unless she was seen yesterday afternoon, she may have been here all along. Kawara, her house was near yours, was it not? Did you see her yesterday? After school? No, I didn't. My mother asked me to run some errands, so I went straight home yesterday. That's right, I went home alone. It's too late to regret it now, but maybe if I just ask her to walk home with me. I see, perhaps we should ask any other students with whom she was close. You're going out again. Be careful, it sounds like wandering around the school could be dangerous. Don't worry, we can outrun the scarecrow if it shows up again. Incidentally, I went home early yesterday too. I left as soon as class ended. So I only know what Ryuta has told me. I wish I had some useful information, but I was in the infirmary right up until I returned home as usual. I know nothing of what happened in the rest of the school, sadly. So neither Mr. Nanaki nor Dr. Iwamine saw Hiyoko yesterday afternoon. Oh, right. Could we ask a favor of you, Mr. Nanaki? A favor? The headmaster's office is locked. We think he might be hiding in there. If there's a spare key to his door, could we use it? A spare key, yes. There should be one in the faculty room. I'll ask the vice principal for you. Thank you, sir. We'll be back soon. Be careful out there. You too, sir. Kawara is a strange boy. I wonder why he lied about going straight home. It's literally 70% crap. I mean, I'm reading so many words, and like 30% of it is interesting. We won't be able to talk to the headmaster until we have that key. Let us work on the murder case until then. Right, we should ask everybody where they were yesterday. The doctor said he was in the infirmary until he went home. I wonder if we can trust him. Do not bias yourself with such baseless suspicions, Kawara. Yeah, I know. I think maybe you trust him a little too easily, Sakuya. He's a world authority, but that doesn't make him honest. You know nothing of what that means. The head of the LaBelle family, my father, was once crippled with chronic illness. He was cured by medicines developed by Dr. Iwamine. He makes medicine. Save the sleep talk for your dreams. Have you no idea what contributions he had made to the medical world? I didn't know. I thought he was some kind of mad scientist. Some kid of mad scientist, cooking up nothing but death and all-round woe. Look, the production quality of this game is not high. There's spelling mistakes. I don't know. You have become biased by the foolish rumors of the peasantry. Reconsider yourself. In any case, the LaBelle family is indebted to him. A noble bird would never treat a benefactor with disrespect. So that's why he's so polite to the doctor. Doesn't that make him biased as well, though? Yes, it does. Anyway, let's go. Very well. Go to gymnasium maintenance office. Let's go to gymnasium. The students in the gymnasium have grown somewhat restless since the evacuation. Shut up with no explanation, and now there's a suspicious individual wandering the campus. I guess even doves lose their cool eventually. San, where are you? Oko-san is right here, alive and well so far. Where did you and Sakuya go? Leaving Oko-san behind and going outside is not fair. You just confused the issue if we brought you along. We came back because we had a question for you. Come at me with a snapper. That's not what I... You usually practice on the ground after school, right? Of course, it is Oko-san's duty as track captain. Did you see Hiyoko while you were out there yesterday? No, Oko-san did not see her then, or as he was going home. Can we really be sure that he would have noticed her even if she had been there while he was running? Good point. Do not look down on Oko-san's visual memory. If you had asked Oko-san about the blood-stained interloper he saw, then he would have had something to say. What? What? Wait, San, what did you just... Do not look down on Oko-san's visual memory. After that, imbecile. If you had asked Oko-san about the blood-stained interloper he saw, then he would have had something to say. Oko-san saw the interloper going into the infirmary. Going to the infirmary. Could that have been Hiyoko? She wouldn't have been stained with blood until after she died. She was a bit hyper, but I don't think she'd still be walking around at that point. It was not Hiyoko, it was a bird unknown to Hoko-san. So someone covered in blood was going to the infirmary after school. Whoever he is, he's our prime suspect now. Thanks for telling us, San. At least we found something. Even if it raises more questions than answers. Yeah. Some bird who San doesn't know. Could it have been someone from outside the school? It's past noon already, let us hurry onwards. Mr. One. You two again, come in. How goes the investigation? Well, I hope. We went to the headmaster's office as you requested. It was locked, however. Yeah, we got attacked by this weird thing outside there. I'm glad you're okay. The office isn't that far from... Was that thing a muddy scarecrow-like man, perhaps? Yuya. So you've seen it too. Just now, yeah, on the second floor. I caught a glimpse of it from behind the other end of the corridor, and didn't stick around to let it see me. So alas, I was not blessed with a look at its pretty face. Coward. Hey, we ran away as soon as we saw it too. Anyway, it sounds like it's wandering around the building. Maybe it would be better for you to leave, Mr. One. Don't worry about me, young one. My duties prevent me from leaving this room. You two aren't planning to call off your investigation because of a bad guy or two either. Well, yeah, that's true. Already stuck in a rut of unadaptable middle age. Don't come crying to us if you get hurt. I've come within touching distance of death in the past. I'll be fine. I wonder what kind of death comes that close to a maintenance worker. Then again, knowing the school, there could be all kinds of evil going on behind the scenes. Well then, what are you standing around for? I believe orders were given for everyone to gather in the gymnasium to avoid the scarecrow. Same goes for you. Why aren't you headed over there? I can't just sit around. Indeed, same here. Hence walking around the school. On that note, I'd better go to the lab. Professor Nanaki wanted me there. What for? Something you asked him to do. Oh. He wants you to help him keep an eye on Dr. Iwamine. Most likely, yes. The doctor and Hiyoko, that is. Anyway, you two go on with your investigation. I'll be watching over her, so don't worry. Right. Wait. Yes. According to the autopsy, Tosaka died after school yesterday. Did you see her during that time? Yesterday evening, huh? What did the doctor say? Just that he'd been in the infirmary all day. I was there too. We were inspecting and cleaning all day, so I can verify the doctor's alibi. I told you not to doubt him without evidence, Kawara. Right. At this point, the prime suspect is that scarecrow anyway. That's everything? Well, adieu. We should head out too. But first, let's write down what we found. Alright, let's go. So this is like the remastered version of the game. Apparently, in the original version of this game, you can fail this part. So you notice like you're writing down notes and stuff like that, and you have options. So apparently, in the original version of this game, this was different, and there are many ways to fail this part of the story, but they changed that for probably a good reason. And in the remaster, you can't fail. You just kind of read through the whole story, and you don't have to do anything really. So what I'm trying to say is, the original game was worse than this. As bad as this is now, it was worse, and they have made it better already. Alright, let's go.